No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. It's the LSU Tigers. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And here comes the guy that is a surgeon in this attack. And a lot of pressure on these two quarterbacks. They know the guy on the other side can put points on the board.
Man, I've been waiting for this game for a long time, Reese, after everything you just said. Do not blink, do not go to the bathroom, because both of these offenses can score quickly. These passing attacks are two of the most dangerous in the entire country, and it's always fun when you get to this first game now, because it's one thing to do it in practice, but you can't wait to get out and finally do it against a live defense. And when you've got quarterback play and you've got weapons catching the ball like these offenses have, boy, oh boy, you know it's just going to be exciting.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Runs through the tackle. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. Quick completion to the right. Oh, he's got some space. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Caught in the backfield. It's Griffin. Inside the 25. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And, man, this is exactly what you want as a play caller. You want to get your quarterback settled, give him some bunnies early to make some plays so he's feeling bulletproof. 4 for 4 to start the game. Yes, please. Offensive coordinator Jesse, I'm giving him an A+ so far for checking those boxes.
Well, he's done a good job getting his quarterback prepped for this one, too, because watching this guy
makes the catch, and he's free. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Play action on first down. Into the end zone, he's got it! Touchdown!
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hall. Couldn't find room for the big play. He'll be stopped after a short return. It's a coverage unit right on top of it. So LSU's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And this guy is a big, and I mean big, target. Trey-Dez Green. We got a duel in this game with 2 of the better tight ends in the country. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Dropping back, it's Levin.
Man, I've been waiting for this game for a long time, Reese, after everything you just said. Do not blink, do not go to the bathroom, because both of these offenses can score quickly. These passing attacks are 2 of the most dangerous in the entire country, and it's always fun when you get to this first game now, because it's one thing to do it in practice, but you can't wait to get out and finally do it against a live defense. And when you've got quarterback play and you've got weapons catching the ball like these offenses have, boy, oh boy, you know it's just going to be exciting.
The screen, he's got wheels. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29.
And, man, this offense is going to be so much fun to watch. How fast can they get it to click, right? Because every single player that we're going to highlight, whether we do talk about the receivers right now, they're all new. The offensive line's all new. The quarterback's new. Everyone in this program is new, Palmer, and it's on Kiffin to make it work and make it work quickly.
Well, the one thing you know is with this Lane Kiffin offense, these receivers are going to get theirs. They're going to get catches, and you got a really good quarterback in Sam Levitt coming over from Arizona State to give you that opportunity. So while Thomas and Anderson from a year ago, those guys declare, there's a big opportunity. There's a lot of spots up for grabs here for these receivers to go down the field, make a ton of plays, stat it up, and score points for this offense.
Fighting off the defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Just keep slinging it. Out wide right, it's Green. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And it's so fun to have that trump card, right? Like, it's almost like playing a video game with this guy. When you got a big tight end that can make plays, that gets open, that feels those soft spots in the zones, 3rd downs, money downs, the tight end is always open, especially with that big body. He finds him, and he gets the 1st down.
Fires to the middle. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Tells the play fake, wants to throw on 1st down. Maybe tried to baby that one in there.
Well, the defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. There he goes. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
And that's this guy's 3rd catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to him. Look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing. And as every completion happens, the quarterback is gaining more and more confidence in this guy.
Dropping back, it's Levin. A strike downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Tigers. Makes the grab in the corner.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they tacked on the extra point. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Here comes the offense back onto the field. Escapes trouble. Gets away from one. He's got space.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
Offense gets set for second down. From the gun. Look out! Got him downfield. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Sells the run, looking to pass. Swings it out to the flat. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Oh, that big stiff arm got him some room. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Great job by the defense here rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
Fresh center downs going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Long way to go on second down. Gonna look downfield again. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. And it's no good. He missed it. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to throw, it's Levin. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
2nd and long here. Right side, it's Green. At midfield, he's got room. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Caught over the middle. It's Durham. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Nice job by the quarterback and receiver there working on the crossing route. And a big thing for the quarterback there, you've got to be able to give your receiver time to work through all the traffic, get by the linebackers in the middle of the field, and work all the way over to the other side. The offensive line has to give the quarterback time, and the QB's got to be patient, but it all worked out perfectly, and they're able to get a big play.
Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down to the air. Finds his target. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Scanning the field, it's Levin. Finds his big tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. The defense uses a timeout. That's their 1st. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. This drive will open from the 15. Drops back on 1st down. Caught. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. And that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this third down? From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on third down.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
They bring the punter onto the field now. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Oh, that punt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. On his way back from the 20. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Dropping back, it's Levin. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And wings it incomplete. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
Runs through a tackle. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Trying to make one miss. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's past the marker. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw one first. Lofts one high and deep. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, thanks. Looks like we've had ourselves a very enjoyable first half so far. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Hits inside, it's Watkins. Hit and drop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few.
It's a nice effort by the running back, but in that third and long situation, it's just too much work for that running back to convert that third down. Really, nice job. Got to give the defense credit. They surrounded him, got him to the ground.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. And you couldn't ask for much more than that. A perfectly placed punt pins them inside the 5. Sends it back in motion. Running inside. It's Ellington. Couldn't fight his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety.
And that's exactly what you call complementary football. The punter doing a great job downing the opponent inside their own 5-yard line. Then the defense takes the field, and they get the safety. You've got to love that if you're the head coach.
After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. On the return. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. They're all over it, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, what a big-time play for this defense. Backed up, they come after the quarterback, and they get a hit, and it's a physical one. Get the football out, and man, do they set their offense up with great field position inside the 10-yard line.
Offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. They'll move the tight end. Fresh set of downs going up top. Going for 6. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
I love the attitude by this team now. You just got a critical takeaway. You're set up in amazing field position down in the red zone. Take a shot. Go right now. Throw it. Don't even wait. There's zero hesitation. Force the defense on the very first play of the drive to have to step up. And the defense did exactly that. If you're on offense here, I don't know. I'd just throw it again.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. Absolute shank. Missed it. Guys, after that miss, we are still sitting on a 5-point game.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
Snags a quick pass on the left. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. Long way to go on second down. To the air, it's Levin. Caught. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under pressure. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Catches it cleanly at the 20. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
You got to give the defense credit here because they came out here in the second half with the goal of putting the clamps on this passing attack, and they have not allowed a completion yet in the third quarter. This offense has thrown it time and time again. Nothing there.
Second and long here. Motion from the wideout. And back to the air on second down. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the fumble goes out of bounds, and they'll lose a few on that play.
And so they maintain possession because that could have been disastrous for the offense.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Snapped on fourth down. Blasted as he lets it go. He's got it in more than enough for a first down. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the fourth down decision pays off big time.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And now let's take a look at the stats in what has been a nip and tuck affair. And it looks as if we are ready to get things started here in the fourth quarter. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They'll run it. Turning it on. stop, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They'll need a bunch on second down. To the back. Hard running there. Just shedding tackles. And he'll take it in for a touchdown.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Trying to push the lead to a field goal with his two-point conversion attempt. The snap sets up the throw. Stepping to the right. He's got it for the two-point conversion. Let's see if he can make a play. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Tells to run, wants to pass. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the offense obviously already in bad field position. The defense can smell blood in the water. Just look at the defenders pin their ears back and get after this quarterback. Wow.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Looking to pass. It's Levin. And now the ball is free in the end zone. The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety.
And that's a big-time play by this defense. When you needed it the most in the fourth quarter, this game is super close, it's tight. Not only do you make a play and get a stop, you put points on the board and you get the football back with a chance to salt this football game away. That's how defenses step up late in games.
After giving up that safety, they'll have to boot it away and give it right back to them. Searching for space. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Hey guys, down here on the home team sideline, there is a lot of excitement because this offense is outperforming a much higher-ranked team defensively. They know they've got an opportunity in this game with the lead and the ball, but they have got to play clean football right now. Right before they huddled up to take the field, the coaches are yelling, execute, execute. We'll see if they're able to make that happen and keep this lead. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Here comes the heat. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do, but over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. They'll ride the hot hand. He breaks a tackle. Looking for room at the 30. Here's a little room there. No one's going to get him. Touchdown.
And man, a lot of times late in games, times you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And how about that for a capper, a 43-yard run for 6. He'll bring it out. It's Harris. Slips through the line. He'll be out of bounds at the 36-yard line after a solid return. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Drops back. It's Levin. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
That's a big-time blow, man. Once you get that under that 3-minute mark and you're down by multiple possessions, you've got to put something together. The last thing you can do is turn it over because that clock is not your friend.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. On the ground trying to pull the plug on this clock. And into the end zone for a touchdown.
You know, sudden change situations are so interesting because oftentimes in that kind of instance, you get the ball back on a turnover and offenses are trying to take a shot looking for the home run touchdown. But that time, they just turned around and handed it off. It was a more conservative play call, David, but it gave them the same desired result.
Well, and it's kind of crazy. When you force that turnover, everybody goes bananas. The sideline's going nuts. You get a little bit of extra juice, and then they hand the football off, and everybody does their job. They capitalize on it. Momentum swings happen so fast in college football.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Moves the pocket. It's Levin. Rushes on. Fires on the move. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
And I love this defense understanding situational football. You got the lead in the fourth quarter, getting your nickel packages. You know the pass is coming, and the execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on takeaways, and they love to get into games late with the lead because one of the strengths of their entire team is their secondary, and you saw it there. In nickel, they're able to come away with the pick, and it's looking like they're going to be able to seal this game.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. The give.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the fourth quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Oh, pressure's coming. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
Listen, I love when my quarterback gets outside the pocket. I got an opportunity to make a huge play. But when it's not there, now I want him to make the simple play. Throw it away. Don't.
Running wide. for a touchdown.
And what an outstanding run, a touchdown for this guy. And what a game he has had. I feel like this is a performance and this is an upset win, David, that we're going to be talking about for a while. Nobody gave this team a chance. Certainly, I didn't think they could come in and run the football as well as they have. But the physicality, the guys up front getting it done, and this running back making guys miss over and over again, that to me was the story.
He was the best player on the field, and this is a huge upset. No one gave him a chance. You talk about living and talking about this game moving forward. This will be all over social media. This will all be all over the television. Like, this is a monumental upset, and this running back said, jump on my shoulders. I got your back.
On the return, it's Hall. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find...
Intercepted. The defense has set him up.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The handoff. He'll move it ahead and a good productive play on the ground. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
Keeps it on the ground. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. They've got this game in hand, but maybe there's some bad blood. They want to rub it in a bit. Smashes it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. After this, it'll be a wrap. Takes the handoff. It's Berry. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days.